Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Age of Wonders 4, where today we don't know for sure that this army is coming for our capital, but it sure seems like it could be coming for for our capital, right? So they got a level 2 hero leading a force of a war shaman and some tier 1s, and actually one of these units is just a scout. This is not the most terrifying force in the universe, but I do think we have to break off somebody to go deal with it. And it probably needs to be the leader's army, because... Well, no, actually, she's not faster. They both have 32 movement points. It seems like she's faster, right? She was outpacing this other army tremendously. Well, in any case, the point I was going to make is I'd like it to be her because she seems to move faster and also she's more powerful. I don't think we actually need that much of a force to bring down a pair of soothers. And they have a hero who's like, okay. So I was going to say maybe what we do is we pass like one unit over here. We quick build something in either this city or the other city to pick up with to pick up with this army to get it back to 6 units. And she's already like so damaged. I think what I'm going to do is just drop an evoker. Yeah, we'll drop an evoker to you, and then I guess the other question is, can I maintain the siege without this army in position? I think so. Am I allowed to ready other spells while this is sitting ready? I don't know. I would like to cast Lightning Torrent, but it actually won't finish in time. We'll only be done with 50 of the 60 casting points. So I guess I'm not going to bother. Alright, you stay there, hold it down. And I guess that's all there is to do. How long would it take? How long would it take to build an evoker here? 5 turns, and it would be a huge amount of the money right away. So we wouldn't have a lot left over for buyout. That might not actually be a plan. We might have to go around. Yeah, shoot. I wish we had a little bit more gold. Also, it'll be nice, like, once we're done with this, we won't be getting pulled in so many directions. We can focus up a little bit. Like, obviously, I want to clear this, because there's a knowledge stash underneath that. But it doesn't... Yeah, it's not much of a force. Alright, we just got to get through a little bit more. Well, we have 33 draft here. I imagine it's got to be less in Mistuary, right? It is not. In fact, it is. We are better at building units in Mistuary. All right. Well, we'll put you there then. Get a turn of draft, and then we'll maybe be able to buy out the rest. Honestly, probably not. This army can't reach us in one turn, so we'll see. Okay, yeah, they are coming for us. Although not all of them. I guess they left the scout behind. That's not really going to affect their strength all that much. Alright, finished researching Astral Blood, which is pretty rad. So we can pick up access to the White Witch, or the ability to summon lesser snow spirits who seem kind of terrible. 156 knowledge versus 240. And the question is, would I make White Witches? Maybe. Frozen's pretty powerful. I think we can take this 2-turn cast instead of the other one. Alright. The breach is made. Let us do the thing. And they're taking bonus damage at the beginning of the combat, remember? So we lose an evoker and our tier 1s. That's probably not that far off of correct. But let's try it manually. Also, knowledge. Huzzah! Let's try it manually, see if we can't come up a little bit straighter. Losing the pigs, I totally believe that. But I would like to, if we can, I would like to hold on to the casters, obviously. And I am not afraid to cast an awful lot of magic to make it happen. Ooh. Alright, just going straight for me, I see. Well, you have a little bit of an advantage in terms of range. We can't multicast with the hero anyway, so we're probably just going to rush with the hero. How much health do you have? 110 health behind only 3 points of magic resist. Okay, the spell shield's going to try to stun all adjacent units. I mean, this is really the only thing that we're in danger from, but it probably is going to make it impossible to keep everyone alive. Yeah, this is a little awkward. Okay. So I think I am just going to rush our hero forward. Rodrigo, go take your shot. Do we want to... This has a chance to electrify, not a chance to sunder defenses or anything. So there's not really any reason to wait. There's not a reason to do anybody else's actions first. So I'm never going to get better than a 65 against you. Do I want to move and take 2 65s at 12 damage each? No, I think I'm going to go for the big arc. Try to get status effects. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Alright, 2 45s versus 165. Seems like 165. Okay, we can't do anything. There's no, like, danger in grouping up or anything except for the way that it might allow a stun to occur. I'm going to use the hero as a sort of a buffer against their ranged units. See, I don't love this. I don't want this unit to be able to run to there and then just stun multiple units, but I don't know that it's going to be avoidable. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Is anything within your 6? No, nothing. So yeah, I think I avoid grouping up. I can just be very aggressive. Right now what I've done is I've left this hero very open, right? We're going to get triple attacked by Estok, and we're going to get meleeed by this guy probably for the stun. But if we think he's going to do that, it probably behooves us to stay just out of range, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stay just out of range. Let's let him move in. We'll see what they have for us. I do wish I could cast on the first turn, I'll say that. Okay. Casting all kinds of spells. So they didn't take the triple shot, which I find curious. And instead of attacking, they just grouped up for the fulminate. Okay, got a little bit of decent damage there. All right, you never get a real attack, but you actually do get to fire 3 times here. I'm a little shocked all those hit. Alright, your thing is on cooldown, so we gotta move up. If we're moving up, we may as well move up to here. We're just gonna focus the hero down. I mean, the hero's the only one of them that does any meaningful damage. Killing the others doesn't get us nearly as much in terms of value. It does suck to be taking all these coin flips, though. Alright, this trades pretty badly, but it does pin this thing. It keeps our casters quite safe. Can you reach them? No, not quite. You can just drop the arc. Alright, we got one more electrify out of it. Pretty good. And yeah, I may be sacrificing my melee here. Trading likelihoods of sundering resistance. Okay. We didn't actually get sundered, at least. That's cool. And you guys just get close, get ready to do harm, but... So this guy's move is probably step here and stun, right? But that's going to involve an attack of opportunity, and if it works out for them, I don't think it's actually that bad for us. Alright. We took the Domain of Mayhem on one of our units, and I don't think it's that big of a deal, especially since it looks like that unit's probably just going to die. Yeah. Okay. That really isn't that bad. Oh, the pigs caught it as well. That's a shame. Because I had plans for them. Well, this does make me want to just fulminate here. The pigs really set us up on that one. And let's just remove you, because it's easy to do now. And that makes me want to run up here. Okay, these two are still getting bad shots, but they're in range to take a whole lot of those bad shots. Okay, this is certainly a better outcome. That was your turn? Are you sure you don't want to, like, surrender or something? So I feel like this would have been an okay time for a surrender. Okay, well, I absolutely will take 270s over 100. I could maybe have gotten some better math here by doing the pig move later in the turn, but, you know, kind of who cares. And we could definitely have killed that thing with a spell, but, like, why spend the mana at this point? Yep. Okay, easy. So, we finished our White Witch with all this extra knowledge. We're still 2 research cycles off of the next thing, and you know, we'll probably never use this spell, but it is only 156 knowledge. Here leveled up, and we have collected the remains of Estoc Solus. So what is your deal? Your deal is probably something like Magecraft. It's really hard to argue with accuracy, I think. It's like, what if your attacks hit instead of not hitting? Okay, this I'm a little worried about. We do not have quite the movement range that we needed. So I'm not allowed to absorb it. But what happens if I don't make this decision? Like, can I absorb it later? I could just burn it down and then rebuild it in my own image. I will say they built the city center on top of the Archon Blood instead of building it next to the Archon Blood to be able to build two research posts. And these are huts. It does kind of feel like they fucked this up. We'll do it. We'll do it better. We'll reset it. Oh, I do need somebody to like stay over here for that though, don't I? All right, we're picking up a new province, and so we're at 2 quarries and a forester already. Are we looking for anything in particular here? We would love another research post, and we will get there eventually through the magic of specialized structures and whatnot. Yeah, once we build this. I guess for right now a vendor makes a lot of sense, because we are a little tight on gold. And that doesn't require any boost at all. So just food? Especially since our food is extra, our farms are extra effective now. It doesn't feel like we want to build out that way, I guess, just like somewhere. Estuary also gets another province. I'm going to take another farm to offset the farm that's being problematized here. Can I build... Let me go back downstairs. Hold on. Don't put this in the queue yet. Gosh, I really do need... I just need like a flush of money. 260. Criminy. Well, it does need the palisade walls. Those are important. Perhaps put some construction into those quickly. And yeah, we're still not actually ready to do this thing. So I guess end the turn and see. If they do burn it down, then we have to rebuild it, and that's annoying. But I don't, like, unless they settle in the space immediately after, it's not a big deal. And they're just choosing not to burn it down. Okay. That feels like bad play to me, but, you know. We are just never going to use this. If I shuffle, do we get shown? No, we do not necessarily get shown a attack that has a lowered cost. That's really interesting. All right, well, we're not going to be summoning lesser snow spirits. I do like the amplification pylons, but like Frostblades is faster. That's all the hard math I'm doing there. How's this evoker coming along? Not purchasable. I don't have the movement necessary to attack. They don't either, though. So I guess I'm on that at least. We're still not ready to launch this yet. So I guess we will maintain. Yeah, what's their move going to be here? Since, okay, just split their armies up in a way that doesn't make any sense. Sure. That's a thing you're allowed to do. I don't know why you would do it, but you can. Oh, this is my scout. You've returned, which means I can finally launch this spell, which will then remain active even if you are no longer around, which is the way it should have been. Like, I'm so annoyed with like the dumb shit. Okay. Get me my evoker. We're going to move to right here. My evoker is going to come with us. There we go. This is good enough. You will be part of the battle. Obviously, we will crush these fools. Lots of stuff on fire in this area on account of all the raiding, one assumes. Hell yeah. Okay, now we merge up. I'm just trying to make sure that the army's movement isn't affected too much by the evoker. But at this point, the evoker has more movement points than the rest of this force does. Okay, nice clean win. No more heroes to kill. I am glad that I took that that Empire skill that gives us knowledge off of hero kills, though. That started being relevant way faster than I thought it was going to be. Okay, got our Frostblades. Time for a new tome. Who would have thought? And probably this one should be a shadow tome, because we need more shadow affinity. So the Doom Depth Trench, not so great for us. I mean, it does give 10 knowledge straight up, even if we never get any further bonus from it. What about this one? The Soul Well, which gives mana. This counts as a research post, but it doesn't actually provide knowledge of any kind, whereas this one provides a ton of knowledge but counts as a conduit. We're taking this one. I don't even care what these things say. Enemy army gains demoralized. That's like fine. Yeah, I don't think the stuff in this book is interesting at all, but hey, Doom Depth Trench.
The darkness that creeps from shadow to shadow not only brings
Okay, steal morale per hit versus summon a thing that I'm probably... Well,
so that their weapons
you know, this is a tier 3 battle mage, actually. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and teach me something about banshees. That's fine. We captured that hero. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm planning to do with them. Gain knowledge whenever a unit gains a rank. Definitely the play. And we gotta get some defenses up here. What's going on down in Prime City? Prime City needs a vendor. Badly. And then this is gonna turn into open territory in 2 more turns. Yeah, I mean, hang out. We're gonna set down the capital in one of these things that is a hut currently. Or set down the, you know, the city core, the outpost that will become the city. Now we have a proper army on the surface to defend that, and frankly, that's also defending Prime City, because this underground passage appears to be the only one nearby. Okay, so Stoneforge has sent a war party. We'll deal. Gained access to some new Empire skills. Free cities or vassals with a Whispering Stone assigned grant you 10 knowledge. We'll never be able to benefit from that. Picking this up eventually still does make sense, but let's make sure that that we're not in a hurry to grab something else first. This is pretty good. Honestly, there's a lot of good stuff in Astral Affinity. This is a really, really good line. All right, you're gonna stand. I mean, it's right here, I guess. He just needs to be in this province. Wait a turn. Is it all just mountains up here? It is. Okay. There was room for potentially a pass. I like this, though. This gives us a nice tight bottleneck to defend. And hey, there's a desecrated temple right there in the bottleneck. Ain't that convenient. Alright, so this is their war party, huh? I think we're just gonna hang out close to home to play defense for the moment. I don't really want to ride out while we're still so injured. Try to get some health back. Prime City produced a vendor and doesn't really desperately need to produce anything else. And we are like very tight on money. So it might make sense to go produce merchandise for a little while. The next thing we probably really need to build here is a Mage's Plaza so that we can start building our special districts. Y'all just hang out and heal. Well, Carissa the Red's doing something, and all of a sudden, Presidio's armies are distracted. She may be causing trouble in a way that is beneficial to us. Some of these farm ruins, do I have to... Okay, I have to repair them manually. Alright, the raising finally finished. Huzzah! Also, we get to take something over. I'm gonna hold off for a second. Okay. Because we might want to desecrate, take the desecrated temple and then take it over immediately. Alright, you are in fact going to... Cannot establish an outpost adjacent to an already existing outpost or city. But I can rebuild at the center of an existing city. But this city is badly placed. It's shorting me a... I mean, I'm just assuming that this would allow me to build a research center here. So I guess... And they put this down in a position where it's adjacent to all of the other... Man, that's really annoying. It sucks a ton that you cannot fully get rid of a city. I didn't realize that was the case. Well, does it make more sense to resettle this than anything else we might do? I guess? Gosh, that's a bad system, though. Why? What is the value of the city ruins? I guess if you're a player who doesn't want to move the core of the city, this gives you a little bit of a head start where you can, you know, burn a city and then reestablish it in your own name. But if you are not interested in that, can we remove this by interacting with it maybe? Nope. Yeah, all I can do is, okay. Well, I guess stand there till next turn when that is exactly what we will do. That's a really annoying design. Alright. This is a two-skull ancient wonder, so it's possible that we're not ready for it. Let's end the turn for right now. Alright, Lesser Storm Spirit. It was going to happen eventually just because it's cheap. Mistuary is 6 turns off of the next province after this. My alignment was changed to evil because I burned a city. This is kind of whack, I think. Like, random events are just more likely to do bad things to you if you do things that the game judges to be evil. It kind of jumps right in the way of any idea of like getting to play out your faction the way you want. Like the game's sort of like rapping you on the knuckles, like, now you shouldn't burn down cities. And I'm not opposed to systemic design that makes an argument, right? I couldn't be, given who my girlfriend is. But this is very childishly implemented, right? Like the even far be it from me to call Civilization games socially conscious or anything, but even the mechanical argument made by like the Rising Storm expansion for Civ 6 is a little bit more compelling, I would say, than the thing we're seeing here. So these are actually armies of Carissa, including Carissa herself, who is level 13. Because that's how that ought to work. We do now have a barrier here. All right, you need to start the rebuild, and then please let me select my army. And then you gotta run for this surface as well. This doesn't really matter. Sure, whatever's fast. Yeah, this is a force that we're not going to be able to repel. There's nothing about it that's particularly dangerous outside of Carissa, but Carissa herself is a real problem for sure. So how much movement do you have? We only have to back up a little bit. And let's step back to the city. Scout can do the same thing. No sense in getting killed or being forced into retreat again. We're definitely not picking this up quickly. So let's grab... I kind of think maybe another quarry. Yeah. And then... So I want to build an Arcane Institute. I'm not sure that that's the right move at this moment. We might need to do something a little bit more like this. Building the town hall is not going to get us access to better defenses, huh? All right, let's go ahead and just rush that out. And then begin the construction of, I don't know, the vendor. And it turns out we're going to need like a bunch of military units, probably in the very near future. You're actually done. Yeah, okay. So they can't quite reach us. Maybe we take one step further back. They can't quite reach us. But we're going to have to figure out a solution. We need these armies to separate or something. Oh, you know what? I should have started winding up. Okay, they're willing to back off. But I maybe should have prepped Torrent, perhaps. What is this? This is an infestation army? This is an army from the crappy little city of Stoneforge. Well, easily defeated, and they have a level 5 hero, so that's a fair amount of knowledge that that army's carrying, although I'm not allowed to actually challenge them in any way. All of our armies move just enough to not get the job done, it feels like. You're not going anywhere for the moment. You're not going anywhere for the moment. Chain Lightning, this is a great spell. Is it? It's only 20 damage. Yeah, it's fine, I guess. So that's 360. Amplify Minds is the thing we actually really want. Our mana income's not amazing, but it could be. We could build more mana buildings. I'm gonna veer off of the take the cheap thing strat because I would really like to get more mana. We could take a second Forester just for boost purposes, but honestly, just getting more raw resources because we have more farms feels like the right play. Let's go ahead and... Do I want to wind up a lightning torrent? Is there a place where I can view the races of which I am the keeper? There must be, right? Here we go, races. Does it list our... It doesn't. I wish that our current race transformations, minor race transformations, were listed here. We just have the one running right now, I think. This would be a lot of turns. This would be a lot of turns. I'm gonna charge up a lightning torrent. I think we're gonna be fighting those red armies pretty soon. Let's just try to be ready for that. All right, that'll become a proper city next turn. Is the infestation army just gonna ride right into me? They sure are. Oh, never mind. They're going to stop short. I think they had enough movement to go the whole way. All right, well, grab the research post here for sure. And let's start the basics. It would be 63 Imperium to just pull a point of population. But yeah, like we're just going to have to build these huts. There are no other options. That really sucks. You should put your town center down on a thing like that, and ugh, the AI is so bad at the game. I guess let's just build the library. This city's never going to be very good. That's not what it's for. All right, let's run you out here. Get some free knowledge for doing so. Oh, come on now. I am certain we can do this without a loss. And it may involve some spell casting, but honestly, it might not as well. I probably just will cast. Yep, I mean, all we really want to do is play back. I may have backed these units up a little bit too much. It's weird that they didn't gain wet until they tried to move out of the water. Like, it put them down in a water tile, but that alone is not enough to gain to gain the debuff. All right, Lavender Gold Hair, you are probably just getting blasted here. Do I just want to do an ablation? I probably just want to do an ablation, honestly. Yeah, just raw. Raw single target damage. 15%, huh? Quick reflexes, and there's a cover tile between us, I see. Were I to do this, that's not too exciting, but this unit over here, who probably isn't going to be able to get a shot in any other way, can certainly go for it. You could just step there, but I probably don't want to do that because we want to leave the I want to leave a path open for our melee unit. I guess there's no reason not to make the move, right? Yeah, I may as well do this. And then the question becomes, can I finish you off? You have 15 health. So this isn't going to do it with resistances. But the hero might be able to. This won't, but it'll enable the other unit to. And plus it'll get some bonus damage elsewhere. Alright, there we go. 0 actual damage. You can just step forward into the low foliage. And I'm pretty confident that that was the right way to do that turn. Ooh, mind control. I did forget about that. Okay, could be a lot worse. Oh, this is unfortunate. They're attacking the wrong thing because they're berserk and they're too stupid to understand what's going on. I don't really care about this unit at all, right? We just want to push this thing as hard as possible. I'm assuming that if I killed this enemy... Wait, are you really blocking? Oh, that's frustrating. Yeah. So the vast majority of us can't even get over here. Well, the ablation will solve the problem, I guess. And they're electrified. So nobody touch that corpse. Seems very dangerous. Alright, honestly, I don't think we want to conquer too many of these other cities, because it is nice that they send these like low-value armies in with heroes. It's a valuable source of knowledge. Cool. Let's pick a new tome. How about the Tome of Summoning is certainly interesting. These we've looked at in some detail before. I do like the Tome of Teleportation quite a lot. Gets us a proper teleporter pretty quickly. Grants evasion to visiting armies until their next combat. Yeah, let's pick this one up.
The mage who fully utilizes the potential of magic to
Super fast mass recall is like very exciting. And we have secured ourselves the first victory province improvement pretty quickly. So we got our Archon blood down below. That's very good. If we could find some Astral Dew, we could actually get... Yeah, we do have at least a couple... We have 2 mana notes? Is that right? Yeah, 1 and 2. So that would be pretty fucking handy. Seer Spire, which is a fun thing to name a city that's underground, has been founded. And we just have to figure out how to survive what's going on the surface up here. I mean, we're bringing in units as fast as we can. We're bringing in armies as fast as we can. What am I looking to pick up next? Diplomatic focus is not nothing. Diplomatic focus would at the very least give us the ability to improve stability in a couple more of our cities. Or one more of our cities. But that matters. The bonus incomes do matter, it turns out. Yeah, alright, give me this. Are you at a level where 20 points would make a difference? You are. I mean, they're basically always going to be, right? Alright, so that'll take a little while to make its difference. We'll hold off on firing any other spells for a second here. See if the hostile armies return. Presidio's sending a war party. It shouldn't take too long for us to see that, although it's possible that Carissa the Red will just kill it. We don't really know what all of her armies are doing over here. I assume they're fighting Presidio. Oh, here comes Presidio's war party. That's a sad little army. Okay, these things are available now, and they're cool, but they're certainly not critical. This is pretty good. Pretty eager to pick that up. Got access to shadow binding, which is like very whatever. Yeah, that might be worthwhile eventually. Could ride out and attack you, but I would be exposing myself in a way that I'm not comfortable with. Oh, it takes so much to move around. So, like, is it the case that a bunch of my units have, like, stone walk, but not... Okay, we have rock walk and cave walk, but not the pig, right? Yeah, so it's the presence of this pig that's actually causing the problem, I think. If we bump this thing from the army, I believe it will speed up dramatically. Well, for the moment, I'm actually going to run this evoker into the underground passage to join this army. Do I want to build this next? Probably not, just because of the fact that it costs so much money. And what I would like to build instead is 2 money-producing buildings. So we really have to get our gold production online. And then, like, you can fly. Just fly over this mountain over here and see what's what. The madness of some other guy. We met another guy. We could respond on the battlefield with a lot of draft, frankly. Or we can listen unmoved and gain a turn of knowledge. It's like, fine. Let me conquer your heart as I will conquer your cities. Please resist, it will be all the more alluring. Oh, he's into DubCon. Bummer. Yeah, give me the knowledge. I don't have the gold to take advantage of the draft anyway, so... Sure. Give me one of those. You know, kind of whatever. Whatever's easy to cast. Or whatever's easy to learn, rather. It is so weird to me the way they break their armies up. Okay. So be it. I don't actually care about that. This should be totally free. And with a little bit of knowledge attached to it. Huzzah! Also, there's something to be said for all this hero XP. Alright, so where are we at with you? +1 range is definitely interesting. Ignore status resistance is cool. Yeah, it's got to be Magecraft too, right? And then you also can pick up a signature skill. Deals damage to the target, like 24 damage to a target, plus 30% damage to all units in a 2-tile radius of that. That's interesting. We've had good success with like Blink and the stuff that summons animals, although it looks like we're not allowed to do summon animal on this one. Mass Rejuve is good. It's a spell that's worth casting for sure. I don't think this unit needs Blink. So I think the question is Frostfire detonation versus mass rejuvenation. This is some damage. Mass rejuve is also an entire turn. I think I'm going to take mass rejuvenation. The thing about this is it's so often going to be the case that I would rather just like move up and fire. And you can do this the turn before you're actually in combat range, I suppose. %30 of the damage dealt by this spell is like a pretty sad number too. I'm going to take the rejuvenation. All right. Since it looks like we might have a second here to ourselves, let's go clear this. Get ourselves a little bit of food. All right. We don't have the money to take on a new hero. We're just holding this spell for the moment. We're learning things very quickly. Prelude of Doom. Yeah, sure. Why not? I think I have time to go for this. See, we have roads over here. Yeah, let's go pick that up. You have found so many enemies. Come this way. All right, get into the mountains. Maybe it's best to just go back home. It turns out everything out here is a total nightmare. So I'm assuming that if we try to win a magic victory, the other players will blitz us. But honestly, I think we're pretty defensible. Our two underground cities are locked behind this, and this is locked behind our natural bottleneck. Flying units could be a real problem for us, but I think really what we need to do is just get a decent army going. It is so hard to select armies in this game. Why? Okay. I have a panel that shows all my armies, right? Here we go. I will select you in this way. It is so crazy that actually clicking on your units selects the province. You have to figure out like where approximately around their feet is the place that you actually want to click. All right, let's try something here. I'm going to hit Amplify Mines. Okay, it doesn't unready the Lightning Torrent. Once you've put the spell points in, you are entitled to the fruits of your spell pointing. At this point, I'm going to grab Amplification Pylons, because they're not actually any longer to research than the other things we have access to. Yeah, everybody has a bunch of movement points left, except the Piglet. Alright, nice easy victory. A little bit more knowledge. It's really not that impressive. A hero leveled up. Now we don't have any of your, experienced leader type stuff. Let's grab that. You're doing a fine job without stat improvements. Seer Spire can really only grab these terrible hut areas. Mistuary can pull. I mean, we should probably lean forward, although we're definitely going to grab a thing that's just going to get attacked over and over if we do that. So I guess let's lean backwards first. Just fill in the space. Okay, Mistuary is the only place right now that we need to do anything. I'm going to start building the Mages Plaza. We're going to need it in all of the cities, obviously. So there's a pretty big enemy city right across the mountain range. I guess we just have to hope they don't put together an army that can fly, that is capable of giving us shit. Alright, let's amplify some mines. And then let us further amplify some mines. Alright, I think the piglet maybe just lives down here. It can, like, narrowly keep up as long as we're on the road. Okay, so that's an army of Carissa's troops. I want to get a better idea of what's going on around Presidio, but it's so dangerous to move forward. Their scout can attack me. Well, is what it is, I suppose. If we get scout battled, we get scout battled. Do we want to do anything with all of our Imperium? This is going to cost 300. So for right now, no, we want to stockpile. Okay, chose not to come after me. That's nice. I appreciate that. We do have pretty poor Imperium income, I think. I've been really focusing on, I mean, you know, the stuff I've been focusing on. Yep, so we'll get there. We should absolutely amplify a mind. Perhaps this one. Cool. Yeah, let's run it in all 3 cities. All right, so we finished this and we get ourselves a new tome. And it's a shadow tome. And we don't really need, do I need souls for anything? I don't think so, but we could pick up the ability to need souls for stuff. Becoming Whiteborn is pretty cool. I wish there were more ways to be undead, frankly. We could also, like, winter things up. I don't know that this one makes as much sense for us. The Frostspire is cool combined with Marching Winter. But maybe we're into the Great Transformation a little bit more. The transformation from dead to undead is, I assume, what we are talking about. Yeah, all of your units gaining lifesteal feels like a big benefit. Feels like a pretty fucking big deal. You are also going to get to work on the Mages Plaza. Yeah. Also, you're going to get to work on farm. Yes. You're going to get to work on farm. Alright, we'll be able to actually transit next turn. Pig, come to here and go to sleep. Actually, Pig, you shall be the defender of Searspire. This will be your role in our grand design. So there's kind of not a ton going on around Presidio right now. They have even more Archon blood, which is cool. Ah. We do have an army. I'm trying so hard to select this army. How do I get it to let me select? Okay. There we go. So a level 7 guy, you know, kind of whatever, a couple of heroes. They have spell shields and soothers and just kind of generally not impressive military units. I'm not saying that we could come over here and conquer them or anything, you know, especially given that one has to assume there would be a response. But it is interesting. Wonder if we could bait them into combat? You know what? Let me do this, actually. Let's go see. This will at least reveal the combat inside the thing. If I hit explore, I'm allowed to break off before the battle, right? So I'm assuming I would not win this battle. 2 skulls. As much as I would like to have this thing. Also, some gold as a guaranteed reward would be lovely right now. Yeah, let's explore. I think we can, yeah, we can just leave. So, you hear eerie chanting coming from within, group of hooded figures. Okay, we've seen this event before. So it is an 871 strength battle. And we could pour some mana into it to avoid the summon effect for a while. Yeah, I don't want to do this now, but we're not as far off as I thought we might be. Okay, just need a little bit more. The Seer Spire needs to produce gold for a turn. Alright, while we're down here, let's just go ahead and amplify. Oh, it's not actually my turn yet. There we go. Amplify. And amplify. No? That time I was allowed to, but for some reason it caused this to occur. You can sense there's more to Fricka than meets the eye. The Queen of Mockery. Okay. We met another player. Cool. Fricka has built a Seed of Chaos. I guess that's why we met her. Because you're allowed to know the locations of those when people build them. We still don't have enough money to hire a hero. We did this. Stoneforge is sending out a war party, which is exciting. And we're 1 turn off of Whiteborn. So I think I'm just going to take it easy on casting. I mean, we could do this. It's exactly the amount of casting points we have left. Performing the ritual taught to you by Lithal Nightweaver, you do the mind thread. Which Godir? I don't know, Fricka. I sense there's more to that one than meets the eye. Perhaps she is actually a truck. Even for Godir, this mind is a maze not easily navigated. Fricka dwells in deception and trickery. She is not the captive of the gleeful miscreants, but she lost her soul to a demon prince. Okay, what is that? What does this mean for me? A contract with the princes of Abadoth can't be broken, but it can be altered. This is a rad creature design. If we take over Fricka's debt, there are 3 ritual circles far to the southwest. Negotiate well and Fricka's contract will be yours. Okay. That's an interesting idea. How far is far to the southwest, I wonder? Alright, let's go home and be ready for the raiding party. Like way down here. I mean, I guess let's go see. Let's see if we can get a scout down there. Okay, hopefully those armies are not close enough to threaten. Okay, and we're ready. We're ready to stand guard. We're producing a fair amount of money now, although not enough to start building a mint. What else makes sense? I mean, we definitely want fortifications in this city. We have access to all of this stuff now. Does any of it help with this? Not right away. They would give us something to build for a while, but I don't want to just be building stuff at random. I want to be doing things that help. More production income's probably solid. We're gonna have to build the special tile improvements at some point. We should build the first one in Seer Spire, because we can put the other two up relatively quickly after that. But we got to make sure that we have armies that are sufficient to resist the enemies that will attack us when we do that. Okay, we met somebody, and we're at war with them, because this is the way of things in this nightmare of a place. All right, we learned about being born from whites. Let's grab... phasing is cool, but this only takes one turn, even though it is garbage. In fact, we had enough left over to quickly research that. Amplified arrows and frost arrows are both interesting, but we're probably not going to... Wow, what a weird... Targets a resource node in your domain and just makes it produce 5 mana? Huh. Very strange. Yeah, I don't think we're going to make use of any of those effects, but now we could, in theory. All right, let's give all of our units lifesteal. Never mind. Oh, souls. Right. Immortality beyond life costs souls. Well, we'll have to figure that one out. Okay. Next turn, we can grab ingredient experimentation, which is, for real, extremely good. Okay. My evilness wore off. And Seer Spire is growing. I'm not allowed to grab the provinces, like, back in the little cavern. That's a shame. Build me one of these. All right, Prime City has one more turn to go, but we're dealing with the gold problem. We're getting it into a reasonable spot. I think for the moment my armies are just going to chill, except this one obviously, which is going to flee, but flee in a productive direction. We got to step real careful here. Yeah, we definitely need to, like, start recruiting higher tier units, but I need to get some more money income first. So, is there anything I want to do while I'm waiting on my souls? Joy Siphoners is pretty whatever. It's interesting that this spell does not require any souls. You would think a Banshee. It doesn't seem like a bad unit, right? What am I looking at in terms of bodies right now? We're pretty low on gold. Every unit we hire costs another one, but we're not quite at 2 armies, so yeah, give me one of those old Banshees. That'll take a minute to generate. All right, we're gonna do one more turn here because I want to make sure that I remember to click on that skill before I end the episode, and I'm worried that if I put it off, I will forget. See if anybody catches my scout. It looks like they are gonna try. Nope, they're just chasing. I don't know what it's gonna take to disrupt those circles down there. For the quest, it might be a thing the scout can do. It might also very much not be. Domain of Death gives us big city stability and bonus damage for friendly undead units, and we are going to be fighting in our territory a bunch. So yeah, I don't hate that. That seems all right. Okay. our Summon Banshee spell is ready. I think I'm going to... I mean, I don't want to have no melee units, is the thing. So we'll do this. We'll summon a Banshee into this army. And then this army is, like, prepared to actually do some harm, right? Some fairly serious stuff. Okay, you're doing that. And then I think we're just going to go ahead and make sure we grab this. And call it there. We have other decisions to make this turn, but those can definitely wait till next time. So we're building up sort of a minimum viable base for the construction of the three structures. We're going to probably want to have at least 3 functional armies to play defense, but maybe more than that, because we did see when we tried to when we started this event on the first map, you get actually kind of a lot of enemies showing up, and we're going to have to get a much stronger economy going to actually support all those units and the casting we're going to have to do on defense and stuff. So it is still much to do, and that's assuming that we can even get away with this. If all of the other players just bring the hammer down as soon as we start the ritual, then obviously we're doomed. And also, who knows if that's even a way of winning the map? Maybe you have to engage with the story. I guess we're gonna try to find out. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you return next time, we will continue thumbing our nose at the narrative design here. And we'll see you then.